Hey, Alexander?
I'm here.
Yeah, are you out at the airport?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you talk to the technician? What did he say about the airplane?
He says the whole engine
The
is
engine?
broken.
The whole engine?
Yes, he says
Replace the entire
starboard
engine.
bridge side of the engine
Oh, just
is
on the right
broken
side.
and needs to be
Well,
replaced.
has he looked at the whole airplane?
Yes, that's what
Okay.
I said. It's the entire
All right,
engine.
well,
Are you not listening?
yeah, stay with him. If it gets to be too much, then we'll have to end up buying another plane. So,
Yes, he's looking at the whole airplane right now,
yeah.
and I am staying out
yeah,
here.
just stay out there and then get back with me when he gives you the
I would
final
like to
tally.
buy a
And-
new airplane.
oh,
I
you
was
do?
thinking-
Do you want to buy
I was
another?
thinking
You've
about
got
the
some in
nuclear
mind. All right,
600
okay.
series. What do you
Yeah, we'll
think?
talk about that.
Nuclear series for me.
Okay. Hey, by the way,
you
you haven't seen around here. We haven't gotten the mail in and my thing that I left out in Florida that the president was going to send back to me.
No, I have not seen
No?
the mail. I
Okay.
think that India said she
All
was
right,
going
I'll
to
have
get
to
the
call the
mail.
White House to find out what happened to it. All right, stay out there until you get done, and then come on back to the ivory
Okay, I'll
test.
stay
All
out
right,
here
bye
until
bye.
I get done. Hello?
Oh, Jane? Yeah, it's me. All right. Yeah.
Good that you called.
Hey, listen, I hate to bother you. I know the president's out there in North Carolina.
I've been looking for you.
Yeah, at that rally.
What can I do
Yeah.
for you? I'd be happy to help you.
Listen, I wanted to call you. I called you last week about that thing that I left out in Florida.
But the president
What?
told me to hold on to it. Told me that he wanted you to come out and play
No,
golf with
he
him.
wants
He
to
would give
keep.
it to you
He's
himself.
holding it hostage for me to come out and play golf with him again. Yeah, I told him I really don't like that golf course in Virginia. I'm not. Yeah, it's too wet. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it was spring last time I did it. It's drier now, but I tell you what. You tell him that we'll compromise it. Right now, I can't go anywhere because the plane's engine is out. Yeah, and if it costs too much, we're going to end up buying another one. So that's going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, I know. Okay. Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you, what's going on with Madeline? I understand the president fired her last week. Yeah, I tell you what, she should have kept her mouth shut. And I've told the president many times, you need to tell your staff, stay away from the damn press. Don't even wave at them. Don't even do anything because whatever you do, they're going to make it out to be something bad. And she ran her mouth, and I hate to say it. I mean, she was a nice girl, but she had to go. Yeah, I didn't see. She's a good-looking girl too. But you talk about the president and his family when you shouldn't, and you got to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, I know. You couldn't keep her under. Oh yeah, I'll be happy to give a. I'll be happy to give some advice on which secretary. He hadn't picked one yet, has he? No. Well, I'll tell you what. Get the chief of staff to send me over a list of 10 of them, and I'll give you my pick. All right. Yeah. No, I haven't gotten that packet yet. It might be in today's mail. Oh, you sent it? You sent it first class, huh? All right. Well, when I get it, I'll call you, and then you can put me through to the president. Oh, he did, huh? He wants me to call him directly. Okay. Well, I'll call you, and you can put me through. Okay. All right, Jane. Well, we'll see you later. I got a show I got to run right now, and then I'll be freed up, and I'll see if I can find the mail around here. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Okay, one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this show, and the main focus of this show, is the Democratic debate. The third one is coming up on September the 12th on this Thursday. It's going to be airing from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Central Standard Time. I know that the broadcast that always shows the time, they always give you this Eastern Standard Time. You know what? That just a side note here. Who the hell cares what happens on the Eastern Seaboard? I don't. I'm only interested in what happens here in Central Time Zone. I mean, when I talk about what I'm interested in, I'm talking about the time zone. I like quoting the Central Time Zone, not the Eastern, because the Eastern, in my opinion, does not lead me. It's the Central. That's where I live. It's all about me. I'm in Texas. I'm in the Central Zone. So, therefore, anyway. It's 7 to 10 p.m. this Thursday on September the 12th. And so if you want to tune in and watch the comedy hour, then go for it. The lineup is going to be Biden and Buttigieg. I can't say his name. I think he's that I don't know what he is. I think he's the Fruit Loop mayor. I don't know. The Buttigieg, and then you got Kamala Harris, another nut job. And then you got crazy Bernie. Bernie, don't forget Bernie. And then you got Pocahontas Warren, and you got Yang and Booker, who's always yakking. That's the bald-headed fellow. And then you got Beto O'Rourke. And then you've got, I can't ever say this other name, Klobuchar, and Castro. So you've got 10 candidates. Yeah, you've narrowed it down. So we don't have to have 2 nights anymore of this comedy hour. They have 1 night of it, and I think it's going to be like 3 hours long, too. Now, I'm not giving you news about when the debate is just to tell you when the debate is. That's not my purpose. And whether you watch the debate, it doesn't really matter at all. But there is an interesting point to watching the debate if you do. Because they're all going to say the same kind of crap. They're all going to out-liberal each other. So don't get wrapped up in the particulars of this debate because it does not matter. The part to pay attention to is the lineup. Because if you notice in the last debates, Biden has always kind of been in the center. Biden and Bernie and Warren, the principles are in the center. You don't find Biden way over there to the left or way over here to the right. You don't find them out there. Why? Because the DNC is in the cahoots with the media as well. They say it's all by lottery, and that's a lie, just like everything else is a lie. The Democrats in the House intend on proceeding with impeachment hearings for the president, okay? Even though the Mueller investigated didn't produce anything but toilet paper, they are going to go ahead with the impeachment hearings. Let me tell you what this is all about. It's a 3-part stage, and I've looked at this every which angle, and I think I've got it figured out. The 3-part stage. Now, the first stage was the Mueller investigation to last almost Trump's entire full first term. And that was not about an investigation because there was really nothing to find. And they knew there was nothing to find to begin with, as it's been said ad nauseum over and over and over by all the pundits, left and right. There's nothing there to find. So why did they do it? Why did they waste the American people's money? Well, because it was a fundraiser. This is a fundraiser. You got to remember, the Democrats are all about fundraisers. So are the Republicans. But the Democrats are really good at fundraising. So all of the Mueller investigation was a plan of deep fundraising. And they did raise a lot of funds. They raised enough funds to beat the Republicans in the House in the midterms in 2018. So that's the first stage. The second stage of fundraising is the impeachment hearings. Now, they're going to drag these impeachment hearings out for just ever and ever and ever. It's just going to be worse than the Mueller investigation as far as having to listen to this garbage. But they're going to beat the drum on this, and all of it, trust me, is going to be about fundraising. Okay, because the longer they can keep it in the news and keep it going, it's like keeping a balloon in the air, one of those games where you keep the balloon in the air. And this is all about fundraising. So stage 2 is the impeachment hearings. It's not really about, they know they're not going to be able to impeach him because the Republicans have the Senate. But they know that they can raise money and if they beat the drum hard enough. And that's what they're going to do. Now, stage 3 is going to be a push for the Senate. And that's going to be that's going to be the out and out fundraiser. Because now this leads into my idea on the strategy of the Democratic Party and what they're doing over the next 4 or 5 years. I think they've got a long-term plan here, and I think I figured it out. As I told you in the last show, Biden he's a consolidator. He's not running for office. It looks like he's running for... Forget about what you see, all right? Forget about everything you see on TV. Forget about everything you read or any of the media propaganda, because that's all it is. It's propaganda, no different than the communist propaganda. Okay, Biden is a consolidator. Now notice that Biden didn't run in 2016. He had no interest in it. For whatever reasons he gave about his son dying or that he'd had enough of the vice presidency or he wanted to retire, whatever it is, he didn't want to run. He doesn't want to run now. I mean, if you gave him some truth serum and got him in a CIA room and got him to spill his beans, he'd tell you he doesn't want to run any more than Jeb Bush wanted to run in 2016. So why does it look like that Biden's running? Well, Biden's running, as I said in the last show, they've asked him to step in to consolidate Democratic funds. Now, that Joe can do. Joe is good at consolidating funds. He's good at fundraising. That's how he stayed in Congress over the last, 3-4 decades. Joe Biden has been asked to step in to run for president because he would be the leading character. He's the most stable looking as far as looks go. So they've asked Joe to come in, consolidate the funding. If, as I said in the last deal, if Joe can get all of the funding funneled, most of it funneled to him, whatever he gets deprives the other parties. And if you've got 18 or 19 or 25 stray Democrat candidates running out there, then that can become a problem. You got to thin the herd. So Joe is there to consolidate and stabilize the party, can thin the herd. All right, now that's the first stage of it.